Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about something that's going off right now. That's what I mean. Making tokens. I get it now. I know what you're thinking. Great. Here we go again with tokenization talk. Also, I know we've been talking about this a lot this whole year, but here's the thing. We keep coming back to it for a good reason. The story of huge growth. Look at this. At the moment, the tokenization market is worth about $34 billion. Do you remember where we began this year? Back in January, it was only $15.6 billion. That's twice as much now as it was a year ago. It's not just growth, this is huge progress that will change the game, and everyone in crypto needs to pay attention. The important people. Who is in charge of this? When it comes to the biggest sites in this field, Securitize is right at the top. Now, things really start to get interesting. Ripple? They've joined forces with Securitize. They've also joined forces with Ondo. It's like seeing a list of the biggest names in crypto all connect the dots. Most of the names on these lists of the best platforms are already working with the big players we look at every day. Putting the numbers in order, this is where things get interesting. That whole $34 billion, lots of that comes from private chains and sites like Securitize. Securitize uses a lot of public networks, but it's not really a public network that can be traded. These are the only public blockchain networks that we're interested in. $21.22 billion. Also, get this. In the past 30 days, both of these numbers have gone up by a huge amount. But here's the catch. Right now, public blockchains are growing even faster. The real wake-up call? Move the volume. Now is the time for your mind to be blown. Those government networks that have $21.22 billion, in 30 days, they send $115 billion worth of RWAS. That's 50% more. Why should this interest you? Just take a moment to think about stablecoins. The value of stablecoins is locked at about $295 billion. But how much they send each month? Not far from $3.7 trillion. 3 billion with a T. The idea of $1 trillion. Why do I say that tokenization will make us rich over and over? We're not just talking about money that doesn't do anything. When tokenization really takes off and hits these public networks in the next 5 years, it will be worth a huge amount of money. They think that public networks will be worth $16 trillion by 2030. But now comes the really cool part. If the $16 trillion leads to the same amount of transfers as now, we could be talking about $30 trillion, $50 trillion, or even more than $100 trillion in transfers every month. That makes a lot of sense when you think about it. These things that have been tokenized won't just sit there and gather digital dust. They will be bought and sold 24 hours a day, every day of the year. That's what makes blockchain so great. It stays awake all the time. When we look back at the forecasts, this one comes from Nick, the crypto crusader. What's really crazy? He said this market would reach $23.38 billion in June, which is only 4 months ago. What do you know? Since then, we've added more than $10 billion, and now we have almost $34 billion. That's what it means to spot trends early and ride the wave. But wait, $34 billion. That's what we can see now on the blockchain. We're talking about quadrillions when we talk about the total market that can be reached. Take a moment to think about that. We haven't even begun to scratch the surface. And this really amazes me. It's hard for even the most devoted crypto followers to see how big this is going to get. It's like the network effect, but bigger. Everyone is looking at the trees, but not the forest. Huge amounts of money are about to pour into these networks, and they're not going to do nothing. Remember how amazing it was when Bitcoin went from being worth pennies to $100,000? Didn't that network effect blow your mind? Think about the same kind of rapid growth happening in energy networks. And this is 10 times, 100 times, or even more than what Bitcoin did. Think about this. Trillions of dollars are traded every single day, all the time. There will be no breaks, weekends, or holidays. Each and every market goes online. It means that everything will be tokenized. It could be real estate, loans, commodities, or anything else. The money itself is always moving on chain. Why not stablecoins? It's kind of like getting a sneak peek at what's to come. The fact that countries are accepting them isn't enough. It's a huge sign that this change is going to happen. The change of digital money. Traditional money is now available on blockchain networks thanks to stablecoins. This is the change in digital money that we can see right now. That's why I keep telling you to focus on the projects that will help you the most in real life. When I think about all the networks we've been talking about, I have a big guess. They're not going to be worth billions for much longer. It's trillions of dollars. Huge amounts. More important than the web. This is really bigger than anything else we've seen in history. This is the good internet. This is how our new banking system is being built right now. The plan was there all along. This will give you chills. It was 2017 when Ripple talked about the Internet of Value. 2017. From miles away, they saw this coming. Finally, in April 2024, we heard about the Internet. It's basically the same idea behind the Internet of Value with a different name. The Bank for International Settlements, BIS, said this. It means the central bank of central banks. They are talking about a whole new banking system where everything is digital, moves faster, and everything is linked by tokenization. It's no longer just an idea. The event is happening now. We finally got the proof we were looking for. Check out what Ripple wrote on the 8th. Money, markets, banks, and stocks. The whole world of finance is changing. Blockchain is the powerful engine that is giving businesses around the world new and exciting possibilities. They're saying, hey, this is happening. We're making it happen with blockchain, stablecoins, payments, and more. It was always going to be like this. What's so crazy? This didn't just happen on its own. This was planned. It was called by Ripple in 2017. And now we're seeing it happen just as we thought it would. Tokenized assets, stablecoins, and digital currencies are being used by a lot of people. It looks like this will be one of the biggest years in crypto history. The best part is now here. This is just the start.